pushing for this to happen. It's kind of like when your grandpa, you got to take the keys, and everybody, you got to take his keys, you got to take his keys, you got to, and he's fighting and he's fighting, and everybody's so frustrated, and then you finally get the keys back, and then you just cry. Because this is somebody that you love. This is somebody that you care about. This is somebody who was there for you. This is somebody you wouldn't be here without him. And you have to take something from him. Now, this is not, look, this politics is politics. But this is a human moment for one of the great humans in America. This is a huge moment for him, for his family, for all of us who love him, for all of us who wanted him to get across the finish line. But if you're a young person watching this is leadership. This is patriotism. This is what it means to put the country first and put the party first and put the cause first. When your arm gets tired, you let somebody else finish pitching the game. That's what Joe Biden has done, and he's done that for all of us. And so I just want to say, I don't know who's going to be the VP, the non-VP. I don't know anything about politics. I just know that I love this man. I care about this man. It was painful every day to sit up here and talk about him like he's just some problem for the party. Wait till we get to the convention. You're going to see people crying, standing, screaming, cheering. He may not get a chance to talk for 10 minutes. We finally get a chance to put our arm around this guy. He did the right thing for this country. He did the right thing for this party. All of us are going to be in this situation someday. And I hope that we take a moment to honor this man and to love this man. I love Joe Biden. I appreciate what he's done. And a lot of people are heartbroken today. Even if it's the right thing, it's still just horrible.
Yeah, it finally happened. Joe Biden dropped out of the presidential race. And I hate to say it, I hope it don't sound ridiculous, but I went from, I really don't got a plan to vote, to let me get my ass up and vote for this black woman. Now look, I know about the mass incarceration when she was a prosecutor. I did 3 years myself. I'm not fond of that. I also know that Dr. Umar is going to have a cow talking about her husband. And I know that I don't know all the facts. So I'm going to let y'all tell me all the facts in the comments while I get my ass up and vote for this black woman. And I'll review y'all comments and we can talk about this again in 4 years, but I'm gonna get my ass up and vote for this black woman. So, it is what it is. I know y'all gonna talk bad about me in the comments. Yeah, so that's where we at with it. Let me make sure I'm registering all my stuff together.
Yeah, I mean, to speak to Van Jones, I will say that I think he was right. I think that stepping aside is what leaders do at a certain age. The job, the task is bigger than one man. It's bigger than it's bigger than one's pride or ego. It should go. If you're talking about running a country with more than 300 million people, with multiple communities, necessities, needs, that's probably going to be more important than what you think you're capable of at your age. It should be passed on to someone who you believe is more capable than yourself of completing the tasks, such as running a country and a government such as ours. So that's just kind of what I say to that. But as far as vetting goes, I think Kamala Harris was vetted when she was selected as VP. We went through her briefcase, her closet. I mean, there's this, what can be new that we don't already know. We know who she's married to. We know her background story. So I think at this moment, it's about having that tough conversation about someone we can all get behind as Americans that do the best job that they can for the job in 2024.
Yeah. Anybody else? Anything on?
This man went on there and said,
"Yeah, I got something to say." But okay, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
He
finish up. I'll talk after you.
He ended that video saying that he's going to go and vote for this black woman. Like that. Like I get it, but this woman has not. There's so many blotches on her resume towards black people and what she was doing in California. So again, we by default push this, and I get it. We all want to stand together. We all want to have someone that looks like us be in a position to potentially help us. But in a lot of cases, that's not what's going on. There are good people on both sides, and just how there are good people on both sides, there's terrible people on both sides. And to vote for her simply because she's black, that's terrible.
That's his choice. And I dislike that you just did that. I was pointing out a specific group of people, and you tried to make it all like I was saying white and black. There are good people on both sides. There's no good people in no damn KKK. There's no good people in the oath keepers. There's no good people because they don't favor you.
So apparently,
you could tell me that you've been all around the world.
So
and move the goalposts. I asked you if you've been in a sundown town. I kept it specific. You like making this thing general. When I give you direct things that we can have, constructive conversation, you go all around the world. And then you try to polarize.
I wouldn't dare vote for no black. Now listen, I was raised by black women. I got a grandmother, I got black sisters, but I wouldn't dare put no black woman in no mother position of the White House. The commander-in-chief of the military, a black woman. Not only that, a mixed black married to a white man. Her pH balance is way off with that white dick. Man, you can't make me believe. Hell no. Man, Kamala Harris got a white boy. Her pH balance is off, and her mental stability got to be off. A hoe would have thrown off pH balance unless she's sneaking in. Now, if she's sneaking in a nigga, then we might can let her be vice president. But there's no way. America, I'd rather for black people to go back to slavery than let a black woman run this goddamn country. Don't do it. Say, listen, man, I'm against anything with a black woman running. Mother, you get your ass back in that bedroom and in the kitchen. But the White House, America, we can't do this here now. Hell no. Hell no. I'd rather have another civil war before we let her run this mother. Got me fucked up. Go back and get Barack, if anything. Find another mixed baby. But don't put no in there.
The man is a walking contradiction. He has a Mexican wife.
You know what? I'm just going to be quiet.
He has a Mexican wife, so he has interracial kids. He's the one that got convicted of murder. And he said it's all, when I was young, it was all right for me wanting to go over there and grape white women.
Okay, guys, how you guys doing tonight? Yeah, I'm doing good. How about you guys? Before you guys start bringing on your guns and shooting guns, this is what it says. Joe Biden endorsed her for president. That doesn't mean she's automatically the nominee. She still has to go through the process because there's already an election that happened, which is the primary. So what happened is that they're going to go to the floor of the convention. It's an open floor. She's not a presumptive nominee. She's just endorsed by Joe Biden. Now, all those Joe Biden delegates, right, are open. So Andy Bashir of Kentucky and Gavin Newsom of California are the two front runners right now that might get into the ring against her. So those delegates will then choose who is going to be the official nominee. So she's not the official nominee. She's not even the presumptive nominee because she wasn't voted for through the primary system. So guys, she's the vice president of the United States, not the presumptive nominee. But then beside that, I got to tell you guys this, right? Based on political system of the United States, I've been here for 20-something years. I've voted for almost all elections throughout that period. And I've also gotten into a whole lot of election discussions. I have family members that are in the U.S. Senate, in the U.S. Congress, and they understand how the process, and we do discuss the process all the time. It's going to be very tough. very, very tough for her to beat what's his name? Trump. I don't think she can beat Trump. United States is not ready to vote for a woman. And anybody that is counting on black women vote is delusional. And I'll tell you guys why. White women are still the majority of this country by population. Let's assume right now, mathematically, that every black woman in this country, which is never going to happen, votes for Kamala Harris, if she is the presumptive nominee. You still have to wrestle the white women's vote. Naturally, white women vote with white men. It's only black community where black women don't vote with black men. So, and she's not going to get far majority of black men's vote. She will get a lot of black men vote by 60, 70%. That will fall very short of her coming close to beating Trump. So for her to beat Trump, she still has to divide the white women's vote by half. She still have to win about 20 to 30%, 20% or 30% of black women vote. 20 to 30% of white men's vote. She still has to get about 98% of black women's vote and about 75 or 80% of black men's votes to be able to beat Trump. Because percentage, you got to understand this mathematical equation. Percentage is not a high number. You're talking about 100 and something million white women's vote. 50% of that is about 75 to 80 million, right? Okay. Then you go to black women's vote. 98% black women vote is only about 22 million. It's a small number. Black men vote, 65% of that is about 12 million. White men's vote, 30% of that is roughly about 40 million. So just look at the number. Don't look at the percentage, because the percentage will make you think like, oh, she's going to win. Nah, she's not going to win. She's not going to win because black.
You calculate the gay vote, the alphabet vote.
But it's still no. It's not a big vote. It's not, because it's still 3% of U.S. population.
3%.
Yeah.
Wait. 3%
Of U.S.
that's
population.
out the closet?
Okay, guess what? I know where you're going to. 3% that is all the closet. Yes, you're right. But let's assume you have another 5% or 2 or 3% that is not out the closet. But then you're also going to have family members of the gay people that are sympathetic to the gay people that will vote for that will vote with their family members, right? But that's a small number, because you got to see this way. A lot of gay family members don't like the fact that their own family members are gay. Not all of them support our life. So it's a complicated situation when you start counting the numbers. But at percentage, she's winning. But the actual vote, she's losing. So to me personally, the person that can really beat Trump, the only two people that can beat Trump is Andy Bashir of Kentucky and Gavin Newsom of California. Yes, he's going to come with all the California baggage because of for the past 4 years of migration of corporations from out of California. He's going to come with that, but he's a known figure in the country. He doesn't have to reintroduce himself.
You talking about Gavin? Yeah. Okay. I'll to speak to that. The requirement for our nominee, whoever we select, has to be capable. Speaking to your numbers, has to galvanize so many different communities, and to put it plainly, without going into all the technical things, plainly, this person would have to be able to communicate to people as Americans, meaning they'd have to speak past politics, they'd have to speak past policy, and they'd have to talk to an idea that we can all get behind. And the only person who's been able to do that is Barack Obama so far. He's able to speak to not only Americans, but people around the world, galvanized to listen to this man speak before he was president, while he was actually running. So to find someone with such a talent, we can't find, another Barack Obama, right? He's just one. He's an anomaly. He's somebody who was the right man at the right time, right? If there was ever going to be a black person, he was it. To be a successor to that, would have to mean that we'd have to find someone who'd be able to at least speak to an ideal that we can get behind, and that is a colossal task at hand, because we've never been more divided than ever before. So to unite a country means that this person has to have a vision, and this vision has to include as many people as possible for a better future, without that requires some sacrifice of us. Speaking to the reality of what we must give up in order to have a better tomorrow that we all want. And that's very tough to do, but it has to be someone who can speak truth to power. It has to be someone who's known for speaking the truth plainly and forthrightly, without using Latin terms like a lawyer or a politician would. It has to be someone, I would say, who probably isn't a politician. To be honest, if politics tells us anything, it right now is the job of the presidency is open to anybody and not just politicians. That is the one thing that we all need to take away from this. That anybody is kind of can be qualified for the job, but one of the tasks is to convince so many people that, with my administration, all of you are going to be a part of this, not just me. I may be sitting in the chair, but I'm looking to work with all of you and everybody in Congress. You've known me for years. I've been the same way. So therefore, you trust my judgment and how I'm going to see and come at things. I'm not going to lie to you and BS you anytime something gets difficult. You've known me to say I'm sorry. You've known me to own my fuck ups. You've known me to recognize my mistakes. It has to become with that level of trust to put someone in that position and for Democrats to all get behind. And that is a monumental task. And it's going to be very taxing. It's going to be a very long, painful process and conversation. But that's what's going to require to win the White House from Trump.